who do I think I am and where do I think I'm going like this, because clearly I'm going to the living room to edit this video. Welcome back, everybody. So as you can see, this is the look I came up with and I love it, even though it's glam and I have nowhere to go. I'll be using the soft glam palette by ABH mostly, 95% of the time, so that's a good thing, right? Today I'm doing like a smoky eye, but at the same time it's a halo eye. And the reason I say smoky halo eye is because it's not something we want to be too perfect. It's more of a blended out look with a pop of sparkle. For my transition color, I'm using the eyeshadow Burnt Orange from the Soft Glam palette. And I'm gonna start in my inner corner, blend it out towards the outer corner, and again start laying down my shape. I do apologize on the lighting in this video. For some reason it kept going yellow and orange. I haven't changed anything on my camera settings because I film on my phone. I know sometimes in my previous videos it naturally picks up more pink tones. It must be some of the settings or the lighting that was just a little off. To continue layering and smoking out the eyeshadow, I'm gonna go in with Rustic, which is more of a cool medium brown. ABH has some of my favorite eyeshadow formulas because they are just so soft and blendable. They're almost creamy feeling. You really don't need to go in with a lot of eyeshadow at a time. I don't like to press or swirl my brushes into the eyeshadows at all because these are so soft. So I just literally tap a little at a time as I go. Since I want the color mainly to be concentrated on the outer corner, inner corner, and of course connected at the top, it's very important to place the color where you want it. I always feel like it's easier when you start from your lightest eyeshadow and work your way up to the darkest. So essentially this is the second color I'm using. It's the second darkest color, and we have 2 more to go to build it up. Once you blend the colors that you already laid down, always go back with the clean brush if you feel like it needs a little more work. The clean brush will just help you pick up the color that's already there to smooth it out and blend it. And this way you'll get rid of the harsh line that's there. Alright, so the third color to build this shadow up, it's going to be Cyprus Umber. It's a cool tone dark brown. It almost looks black when you start putting it on, but it's not. It's a very dark brown. And if you notice, I'm just following the exact same placement because we want the gradient. We're building up the depth. So we want to keep going where we already had our lighter colors. We're going to build it up to be darker. I know a lot of times when you work with really dark browns or black eyeshadows, it's kind of scary. And that's normal because you can feel overwhelmed easily. But my advice to you is take some time to practice. Again, start with a little amount, pack it and blend it on, and then just keep working that until you get your desired result or until you get better at the way you want it to look. because we all have to start somewhere. So don't be shy when you're doing smoky eyes, just practice them. And if they look a hot crazy mess at the beginning, don't worry. Remember that cleanup trick at the end with the concealer, so just keep practicing. To continue blending and deepening out, I'm going in with Noir, which is the black eyeshadow. I'm literally tapping very lightly and you see how pigmented this black is. So I'm going back in with the blending brush I was using. It's just the brush that comes with the palette. And I'm blending it out, and once it's blended out a little bit, I'm going to tap that brush into Rustic and Cyprus Umber just a little bit to keep the depth there and not wash it out so much. Sometimes this can be tricky because when you're blending, some people say, well, I blended my eyeshadow away, like the black that I added or the color that I added is gone when I blend. That's just because you want to do a very light blend and then go back in with the second deepest color or whatever color you just used last and keep blending it out so it doesn't completely erase away and wash out. Again, always go in with a clean brush if you feel like it needs extra cleaning up, and that really helps. Another thing that helps me out is for blending is holding your brush towards the very end of the handle because it helps you apply less pressure that way. If you hold the brush like a pencil right next to the brush bristles, what you're doing is applying too much pressure, so it's not going to look so great. It's going to look probably patchy. Holding the brush at the very end, it will help you to blend but not erase the eyeshadow completely. Alright, for a brow bone highlight, I'm using the eyeshadow Tempera from the same palette. I usually take this and shape my brow bone area and also run it against my inner corner just to help mold out the shape that I want to keep. For the halo part, I'm just using one of the brushes that came in the Dollar Tree, paint brushes. Again, you don't need anything fancy. I'm just tapping it in the middle of my eye, higher than my natural crease. And because I don't want it to be perfect, I'm just literally blending that out with my finger. I know I always use the NYX concealer for this one, but today I ended up using the 16-hour Camo concealer from e.l.f., the regular one, in the shade Fair Warm. I don't like this for my face. For this type of detail, it works just fine. I'm going in with my trusty NYX glitter primer, and again, since I don't want this to be perfect, I just place the primer where I want it, then I tap it off with my finger, and with the same brush, it's an e.l.f. eyeshadow packing brush, I'm going in with the silver shimmery color. Just press and pack it on in the center, and then when you're done, you basically just go on the edges and just tap it lightly so it can be slightly blended. I will honestly tell you that this shimmer did not pick up on camera the way it really looks. Like, the camera did not do it justice. In person, it was like the perfect sparkle, the perfect pop. I wish the camera would pick up the reflex, but it didn't. It just kind of washes it out. I even tried playing with the contrast on this part of the video, and it just doesn't really show up. Anytime you have a cut crease style eye or halo eye and you want to blend out that shimmer or the matte eyeshadows you used, you just go in with the same colors or the same steps we did at the beginning, just very carefully this time, because you don't want to interfere too much with the shimmer. And then I use the eyeshadows in the same order. I'm not doing a wing today, but I am gonna do lower eyeliner, which I hardly ever do. Since this is such a smoky look, it's a perfect way to top off your whole eye look and make it put together by darkening up your eyeliner on your lash line. I'm taking my usual MILANI liner with my NYX liquid eyeliner. And for this look, depending on your eye shape or preference, you can do your eyeliner as thick as you want it to, because you're not doing the wing, so it would look pretty bold. For the bottom waterline, I'm just going to place my eyeliner down, but I'm going to smudge it out with the eyeshadows. I went in with the Cyprus Umber, which is a dark brown. And once you have it smudged out, you can go back in with a little bit of Rustic, which is the medium brown, and then deepen out your outer corner if you need to blend that out a bit more. I always do that after my eyeliner. I just feel like it looks more put together. I'm trying this new mascara out. I'll try it a few more times and see if I like it. It's the Maybelline Pumped Up Colossal in waterproof, but I didn't really like the brush. I thought it was going to be more of a soft bristle, but it's kind of pokey. For foundation, I've only tried this one a few times. I don't know if I really like it on my skin type. It's the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover. It has SPF 50 and it's in the shade 120 Classic Ivory. I feel like at first it looks really nice. Then as the time passes, I feel like it breaks down a little bit. I'm gonna try with different primers, maybe a matte primer or just a pore filling primer. See if it works better. I'm just using my EcoTools sponge to blend it out. Notice how I never put foundation under my eyes. You never want to do that because you're already gonna be adding concealer there. You don't want to have so many layers under your eyes. make it dried out and cakey looking. So I always blend out the foundation everywhere except under my eyes, and then I'll just tap that line away with the little sponge. That way you can't see like a harsh line. Today I'm finally trying out the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. To bronze, I'm using the Golden Amber shade. I will say that a little bit goes a very long way. I just used whatever was on the tip of the applicator. It's a very creamy concealer, which is a good thing. And I'm also using the one to brighten, but I'm using the shade Light Ivory. I literally just put a little dot under my eyes, and it blends out so nicely and it spreads out a lot. So again, you don't need a lot of product. At the rate that this concealer spreads out and blends, it's so nice, it's gonna last you forever. So don't feel like you need to do the Instagram caked on concealer look, because it's too much, you know, it's too heavy. But if you love that, that's cool, you know, you do you, boo. Again, just cleaning up the edges and the shape, make the eye more lifted. Use a little mini sponge to blend that out. For powder, I'm actually trying this. It's not new, but it's new to me. It's the MILANI Conceal and Perfect Shine Proof Powder in the shade 03 Natural Light. I'll let you guys know if I like it. Oh my gosh, for bronzer, my BFF from Dallas, my glitter Bianca, is what I call her. She actually told me to try this palette out because I told her that I'm a bronzer whore, and she's like, me too. So she's like, you gotta get this palette. I hope it's not too dark for you, but it's amazing. I love this brand in general. It's Precision Formula, and I tried it out for the first time and I absolutely love it. Every shade in here is beautiful. I will say that it has limited edition shades in it, so if you want to pick it up, you should hurry. For highlighter, I wanted to go with more of the silvery icy look to match with my cool toned eyeshadow. So I got the Wet n Wild Hello Halo blush lighter, and I used the color Highlight Bling. When I tell you this highlighter is blinding, I mean, look at it. Look at it on my face. When I started editing the video, I'm like, girl, that thing is blinding. It's beautiful. For blush, I'm using the one from the palette. It's the shade Wildflower. And my usual Maybelline in the shade 10, the Fit Me powder to clean up my bronzer and nose area. Again, you don't need to let it bake. If you feel like it's heavy, just line it up and then blend it with a brush. I'm also trying out the Wet n Wild setting spray. I haven't tried that one out before. So far I liked it, but I'll keep trying it out in my next few videos and just on the daily just to see. Soon I'll do a look without lashes, but this look just needed them, you know what I mean? Just like the perfect touch. Go ahead and tight line with the black eyeliner. And put a pop of silver, that same eyeshadow I used, in the center inner corner of your eye. I'm keeping the lips nude. What's new? But it's the BFF Lippy Pencil from ColourPop and the Wet n Wild Caught You Bare Naked, the High Shine lipstick. And this is the finished look. I am ready to go to my living room party, turn up the music, and release some stress. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and share, and I'll see you in my next video.